What is going on, everybody? All right. Well, no tunes today. We got a lot to get into, plenty to ship out, and we're just going to kick off with what sold. If any of my pages here loaded, which they didn't, what the heck? Oh, there we go. All right. Let's get into it. Postcards sold. This one sold actually on Friday, and then the customer asked me about combined shipping, so I didn't ship it out, and then they didn't come back and buy anything, so it's going out today by itself because he took too damn long. Scenes on the Blue River. This is outside Kansas City, Missouri. Multi-view. I think this came from one of the albums I picked up off of eBay a little bit earlier or late last year. We've got Mountain Brook Farmhouse in Neversink, New York. Sold for, I think I took an offer on this. Did I take an offer on this? I think I took an offer. Nope. Sent an offer. $13.72. Halloween postcard, minuet costume. This came from one of the albums for sure. There was a couple of them sold for $15. I've sold this series plenty of times before. Usually sells in the 15 to 20 range. Tram at the Hershey Chocolate World factory, $4.46. Hershey issued. Rhode Island Hospital, Providence, Rhode Island, sold for $3.75. Free shipping on this one, part of the free shipping experiment. Not really an experiment anymore. I think really my strategy now is lower dollar postcards, sort of, they get, prices will drop over time. If they reach a certain level, they get moved over to the free shipping plot. It seems to be working enough that I've moved a second batch over and they've been selling. So I'm going to keep going with it. As postcards age out, lower dollar ones will go to free shipping. And these are like $2, $3, $4 postcards that are pretty common for the most part, like hospital in Providence, Rhode Island. Here we have a fallen monarch, big ass tree in Mount Tamalpais, outside of San Francisco, sold for $9.86. Real photo postcard of California Street in San Francisco, California. Quick programming note. Beginning of February, I will be in this fair city for about a week. So no show. Although hopefully I go live from one of my favorite places on the planet, the Alameda Fleet. Here we have Merritt Hall Enlisted Man's Club in Merritt, New Jersey. $2.80 plus shipping. So here's a good example of what might move into the free shipping category. The Rivers of America Disneyland postcard has been in the store for like 3 years. Sold for $2.80. New High School, Tacoma, Washington, $4.95 plus shipping. Look at all the postage on this thing. It's got a whole bunch of. This is the mail for which you sent postage, held for postage, etc., etc. The 1 cent apparently wasn't enough. Post office and King Street View, Littlestown, Pennsylvania, with the zoom in. Not a terrible zoom in, but stay tuned. Also, color adjusted for some reason. I don't know. And post office in King Street again in Littlestown, Pennsylvania, $2.80. Again, both of these came from the Herbert Love collection, which means October of 2022 was when they got listed. October 2021 is when they got listed. $2.80 each, free shipping. Here we have a gentleman violating the Endangered Species Act in Oxford, Kansas. This is how we do things. Apparently, commit crimes in Oxford, Kansas. All respects to those of you out there who live in Oxford, Kansas, and commit crimes. Vintage postcard of World War I American soldiers in France. Look at them. First meal. Hooray! They're very happy. They haven't eaten weeks. Joke's on them. It's French food. All right. All right. This one is customer contacted me, which normally I send them my canned response, but I was out of pocket and just sent him a message, said, sorry, I've already turned down better offers on this card. This is C.M. Russell, who's a very, very famous Western artist. There are many postcards out there of him, but there are not many real photo postcards of the actual artist in his studio. This was issued by his gallery, the Russell Gallery in Great Falls, Montana. And I could find no other examples. I priced it up, put it at $60. Somebody contacted me. I responded, nope. They said, what's the best you can do? Normally, I would say, I think the card is worth what I'm asking. But it was a slow sales day until this point. So I said $50. And they said, sure. And then they bought it for $50. And I'm happy with that. And this was actually kind of what started to, it felt like break the dam. And after this sale started pouring in, it was so slow on Saturday and super slow yesterday until this card sold. Also after this card, I didn't show every single card that sold because there's so many. I just picked out the interesting ones. And one of those interesting ones was Gay Head Lighthouse and the life-saving station at Gay Head. Who doesn't want to go to Gay Head? Everybody loves Gay Head. Gay Head is the best. $3.75. We've got a risque linen postcard. I like these. I'll list these all day long. I list them for $3.95. They sell usually in that range, sometimes a little more. She was a snappy kid in the winter, and any guy would fall. But when she donned nothing, when she donned a bathing suit, she had nothing on the ball. Look at this guy. He's like, hey, she's pretty snappy. And then he's like, oh my God. Oh my God. I'm jumping in the water. $3.75. Real photo postcard. Sir John S. Racehorse and Buggy in Woodland, California. This came from the Big Buy-ish. It was from the lot of real photo postcards in there. Sold for full asking price, $54.95. I'm not sure why I oriented the stamp correct on the back, or why the person who sent this did. It's a good question. Here we have sportsmen, fishermen at the mouth of the Klamath River, kind of border of California and Oregon. Real photo sold for $7.95. Here we have a arcade card from the Exhibit Supply Company, World War II era, Navy anchors away. Any old port in a storm. Get it? Get it? They're filling their gas tank with, or tying the anchor to this here, whatchamacallit, fire extinguisher or fire hydrant. Not sure why they want to do that. Seems like a bad idea. Maybe it's the only way they can stop. Sailors do some silly things. And here is a example of don't do what Donnie Don't does. Terrible zoom in. The card just looks great as it is. Why would I do this? Stupid auction professor and your stupid zoom ins. This customer bought like 7 or 8 Easter and Valentine's Day postcards. So get them all listed. It'll be Easter and Valentine's Day before we know it. And that, folks, is the what solds. My sales generally have been okay. I just watched some garbage reseller content talking about how, like, this is the worst I've ever seen, and I'm going to quit eBay if it keeps up this bad, and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, really? Like, but then again, these are the same people who talk trash about postcards and low dollar items and big stores and such. So, you know what? Wah, eat a dick. Carl, keep in mind, I have 21,000 postcards listed plus. And that's like, given a lot of that has been heavy over the past month. But before I started that, I had 17 or 18,000 listed. Three, four, five. Oh, I'm missing two. Did I just leave them downstairs or did I not grab them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so we got. I must have just left them downstairs. Oh, no, here they are. That one. That one. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Jeez, brain, get with it. Had a couple of sales come in late too. Don't know if I'm going to ship those, but so a couple of things besides the absence of the show coming up in crap. I forgot to change the damn printing format. Fuck. All right, I will not forget it on the next batch. As I was saying, going to probably be changing up a little bit some of the timing of the show. And mostly it has to do with just needing to make some changes to my own schedule in terms of just efficient use of my time and energy. So that doesn't mean the show is going away. It just means that sometimes it will be in the evening, probably around 6 or 6:30, and sometimes in the morning regularly, same time. Other times in the evening, 6 or 6:30. Part of that is just I have a lot more energy to get stuff done sometimes that I can put towards other projects around the house and in the business that I feel like I haven't paid as much attention to as I could or should. So what it will probably mean is shorter shows, which I think isn't going to affect much. But I think also it will mean more frequent shows. So sometimes there may be 2 shows in a day. That probably will not be an irregular thing. There might be a morning and an evening show. They might only be 20 to 30 minutes. Sometimes there'll be longer morning shows. Sometimes there'll be longer evening shows. We'll just have to see. It'll all depend on as stuff sells. I think it will be helpful for me in terms of, being able to get out more, not worry about being back here in time. There may be even like midday shows from time to time. Just depending on schedule. It'll allow me a little more flexibility, which is something I think I need a little bit more of. Rather than letting all my it's also I've kind of grown in volume to the point where it's easier for me to do a couple of half hour to 1 hour blocks sometimes than it is to block off 2 hours for something. And really the 2 hours of shipping also add to that, at least a half hour of pulling orders. So really 2 hours, and the longer the show is, the longer I'm pulling orders. So there's that as well. So I'm not 100% positive exactly how all this is going to play out just yet, but the best thing that you can do is make sure you're subscribed and you've got them bell notifications all turned on. Oh, did it change my mic on me? Yep. What the hell? All right, there we go. Hopefully that. Oh, okay. Sorry, I misunderstood. It's not me. Okay. No, I'm not doing that. However, one of the things I would like to be able to make time for is the ability to volunteer. Especially with the upcoming shall we say, political election. I just need some more time for that. I need more me time, is really what it comes down to. All right. So they're not big changes. It's not going to affect you any. It just means every now and then there might not be a morning show. Or the morning show might be shorter. It's not the end of the world. And who knows? Maybe none of that works for me. And we just keep doing the same old, same old. But right now, the same old ain't working. And when the same old ain't working, you got to change it up a little bit. Where's this damn card? There's that one. There's that one. Okay. And not that it's not working. It's just I need to make it work better. Yeah, no, and I don't expect you to see. Ah, crap! I did it again because I was talking. Wait a minute. So since these are pay after use, theoretically, I can repurchase them without getting charged twice. 4x6 save. Couldn't do it on the last batch because they were ground advantage. The flip side of that also, like from the channel's perspective, like I don't think it would be a terrible thing to maybe get, exposed to a slightly different audience. Late night resellers, they exist, Don. And who knows, with any luck, we might turn you into a late night reseller. A reseller of the night. But yeah, like I said, I don't expect necessarily to be super late. And the other part of it too is I may just get a bunch of shipping out of the way in the evening, so that my morning shipping shows are a little bit shorter and maybe give a little more time for conversation. I don't know exactly how it's going to pan out, but something's going to happen. expect me to play around with it for a little bit until I find the groove that I'm looking for. All right, remember to change the format. Now it says 4x6. Now it's saved. Maybe I had to do it enough times to make it remember. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I've been packing Sunday nights for a while now. At least, getting a lot of postcards out of the way. And the only reason why I didn't do that yesterday is because up until like 6 o'clock, it was complete dead. I don't know 6, but like 4:35, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm not going to ship this evening, and I'll just save it all for tomorrow. And then I woke up this morning and I had 50 orders. I'm like, well, shit. And that's a lot. Even if a lot of them are postcards, that's still a lot to ship out. That being said, I did start. I've been drafting records for a couple of days now. I got a whole bunch from my mail lady who they were her dad's. She gave them to me. She just wanted them out of her garage. There's some good stuff in there. I mean, I've probably got about 40 drafts right now, and there's like Led Zeppelin 4 and Elvis and a bunch of Christmas. Also a lot of barbershop quartet. Also probably about 250 records of scrap vinyl. But some good stuff too. Also some 45s, which there was a bunch of good 45s. I haven't listed 45s in a very, very long time. But yeah, there was some bunch of $20, $25 45s, some fairly rare, not like not $800 45 rare like the Aladdin's record I sold a while back, but fairly rare. But a bunch of like $25, $30 LPs and 45s. Also got a bunch of sports cards, which I have yet to start going through, which I will probably start going through this week. Nothing old. There is a bunch of like the trash era of the late 80s, early 90s, unfortunately, but I may just start dabbling in that a little bit, just kind of see what I got. My first sort of entrepreneurial when I was a kid, stuff that I did was baseball cards. And I'm definitely not in tune with the market these days, but hey, like, always down to learn another niche. Although the modern era of sports cards is less interesting to me than old school. Yeah, I mean, like LPs, in the iceberg of 45s, like the top, only about 10% are like $15 plus. And there are, the next 30% are like your 5 to 10, and then like 60% are just gonna be scrapped. But I think this guy, the guy whose collection it was, from what I'm gathering, just because there was a lot of promos, worked for a radio station, or maybe just was able to get old records from a radio station, or maybe bought a collection from a radio station. I don't know. But he was also very into barbershop quartet, which I have sold some barbershop quartet stuff before. And that stuff can be really long tail or really hit or miss. But if you've got what a particular person is looking for, those records can sell, if it's unusual and rare enough, $25-$30 sometimes. But it really is dependent, and I haven't fully researched those yet. They've kind of gone to the bottom of the pile. Tell you what, my customers are getting a lot of postcards of Florence and Naples these days. The vast majority of them just are not worth listing because there's so many and there's so little demand. Also Capri, the Louvre. Where's this one? Versailles. That's not to say like I blindly just throw them in with the envelope stiffening pile, but there are ones that I either know I've had listed and haven't sold, or I have researched and chosen not to list previously. Sold this patch for $3.95. It's the USS William H. Bates, a spirit unequaled. I don't know where I got it, but it's nice to be able to send it standard envelope. I did have a patch this weekend that for some reason was not able to send standard envelope. That was annoying. I lost 8 cents. Let's see here. I'll be right back. Few more stiff nose. So yeah, even with also Chateau Frontenac, not even worth listing. Like even in lots. There's a few. There's plenty of like US ones too now that I think just when I see them, I'm like, nope. Generic landscape generic landscape chromes. You sir, a low baller, already on sale. Yeah, like chromes of most chromes of Silver Springs, Florida. Most chromes of Bellingrath Gardens, Alabama. Most chromes of Singing Tower, Florida. Trying to think of others. There are many others. I'm not thinking of any right offhand, but there are many others. Oh, I did buy another lot from off the Big Buy seller. They had another lot listed, but I didn't want all of them because I could tell that most of them were Continentals. So I asked if they would sell me just one of the boxes they had shown for considerably less than they had it listed, and they took it. They said, sure. So I got another box about yay big for $85 shipped. So probably about $70 for the postcards. It looked to be organized, which in the last batches that I got, the ones that were organized tended to be a lot better than just the rando. So also no Continentals or Internationals, which is also good. All right. I sold a backpack. I don't know how I'm going to ship it yet. It's that backpack. I listed it on Friday. It sold yesterday for full price, not even promoted, I don't think, for $139.95. It is a backpack that was called the Adventure Backpack, and they use a 3 instead of an E in the name of the thing. I'll show it to you. Oh, nope, we don't want to do that. This. It's pretty cool. It's got a million pockets. I thought about keeping it, but I didn't. But it was a, what do you call it? Crowdsourced, funded project. And so not a ton of them were made, but they're the only other one that I saw sold for like $60. And I found the original selling price. You can't buy them anymore. So now this company makes sweatshirts. All right. What's the easiest way for me to get? I think I have a box I can squeeze that into. Be right back. I haven't put my eBay shipping supplies order away, but maybe I can just throw it in this thing. That seems legit. If I cover up all the things. It's a little big. They're gonna ding me on size. 16, 11, 13. Answer, yes. It's gonna ding me on size. That's not the box. Be right back. I'm pretty sure I can get all the air out of this. Throw it in there. This is the eBay tape shipment. Hooray! This is one of the things I had to get done today anyways. Ooh, orange. Green. With all that shit later. Much easier to resize. eBay heart globe. All right. Did I just throw it in? Yeah, this is why I have so many of these. Yeah. There's stuff that also, like, I know that if I list it will eventually sell. Like, there's enough solds of it. Like, I've actually done okay selling Niagara Falls postcards. I'm not going to lie. Don't tell Popeye. Statue of Liberty. I've done okay selling. And usually when they sell, what will happen is somebody comes in and they just buy a bunch of them. And part of that might be because, you know, I've sort of like, I'll just list all my Niagara Falls cards. I'll stack them up and then just list them all. All right, sold this little Slimex die-cast car. I'll put it on screen because you'll never see it. Same goes for like Statue of Liberty. Here it is. Pretty cool looking off-brand Japanese import. Took an offer for $10. The Slimex actually do pretty well. Slimex and Yatming. I'd say diecast is one of those categories now where I'm know enough to be dangerous. Not necessarily on the like super high, you know, Sweet 16 first run Hot Wheels kind of stuff, but your mid-range $5 to $10, which is probably easier to find. We'll find out. Probably there. So that category, I'll put learned in quotation marks just by jumping in head first and buying a bunch of it and then figuring it out. I find that it's been a good method for me over the years, like getting in over my head, then listing my way out of it. I mean, if I have, 80 of the same one up, but I don't. I have a pretty good variety of them. All right, let's see if you all can see this one without me having to put it up. This came from Packwood. Sold for $17 and some change. It's a Marlin belt buckle. Yeah, I think you can see what that is. That's a Marlin belt buckle, all right. Made by Indiana Metalcraft. Going to Clearwater, Florida. Makes sense. I feel like that's where people hunt for fish for marlin. I have so many of these damn little bubble mailers. I try to use them whenever possible. All right. Sold a very small sterling silver necklace, or bracelet rather. Very small. Been in the store for a while. Somebody bought it for $17. You all know what a silver bracelet looks like. I don't need to tell you. This person lives on a place called Rochambeau Avenue. Sold Basic Instinct on Blu-ray disc. Probably one of the most important films of our generation. Yeah. This is a trashy bit. I think I got this from Amy in the chat recently because I only listed it like. Oh no! I got it from my mail lady. That's where it came from. $3. Someone messaged me complaining that shipping was high. I'm like, this is going media mail. You're not going to get it any cheaper. All right, next up, sold a Gillette razor, super speed from 1958. Listed on, I put it here, on January 17th, 2020. Pre-pandemic listing. So it took almost 3 years, but it sold for $32.86. Worth the wait. Where did I get it? Not a clue. Give it a little bit extra. Yeah, good enough. These things are pretty indestructible. Sold a record. Henry Mancini High Time soundtrack. Not the most common Mancini album out in the world. Sold for $9.86. It's been in the store for quite some time. I think this may even have been from the first big record buy I did. I'll look and see if I had done any grading. I did grading. So maybe not. No, not that old, but still pre-2021. Looks like we've got a few late arrivals to handle. We'll try to get those done here. One of the 45s listed this weekend, Tommy T and the Targets. $45 sold for $20. Promo copy. Oops, I missed. going overseas. So I like that. And last but not least, my rolling pin hoarding has paid off. A lot of 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, that's how many there are. Typically pick up for $1 or $2 a piece as the sourcing through the year goes. And this lot sold for $64.95. Let's see here. Will this fit in a medium flat rate? Maybe it will. The long one. No. Will fit in a large flat rate. They paid $25 shipping. It will cost $15.45 ground advantage, assuming I weighed it right. £7. It'll probably end up being 8 by the time it's done. It's $1.50 difference if I just go large flat rate and save myself the hassle. So guess what? That's exactly what we're going to do. I still have another lot of these. And this only took maybe 2 months to sell. I think I listed it just before Thanksgiving. And they're so easy. You just gotta wait for the customer that's about to do a lot of baking. Oh yeah, that's no problem. That's fitting in there. That one in there. Some of these. label nonsense to everyone. There were 5 in that lot, and they were different sizes. So basically, the way you list them, you make the listing, and then you put the lengths and diameters of each, and you take some pictures. I did a lot of them last year, and I think it sold for like 55, and I put this one up at 65 make offer. And I was a little concerned because I had 2 lots up, and I was expecting them to sell over the holidays, and they didn't. I'm like, crap, well, maybe I got to lower the price and wait a year. But then somebody came in and bought that lot for full price. And I've already begun stockpiling for the next round. So all right, nothing out of the other store. All right, we just got 3 postcards to late arrivals. Let me just see if any of them are up here. No. All right, see me downstairs. All right. I like the easiest cards to find when you're searching through piles of postcards are the ones with rounded edges, night views, and sepias. Also continentals when one sells, which I just sold. All right. All right, easy peasy. I'm curious which of my dividers is going to be the first to sell through. There are certainly some strong contenders at the moment. All right, I'll be right back. It'll be interesting. I really am curious to see generally speaking, the like if you look at the boxes of cards, the ones towards the front are the like there's less cards in each divider, and towards the back there's more and more because obviously the one in the front have been in the store for longer. But I have yet to sell through any of them. You would think that like the A1s, A2s, A3s, A4s might be the best contenders, but no. Oh, come on. It changed it on me again. All right. I have a... Oh my God. Shh, don't tell I'm trimming this postcard. That I'm giving away for free. So that it fits the envelope. All right. Nothing out of the other store. Which means this is our last item. Come to the end of yet another shipping adventure. I think. Unless something else just came in. Something else did just come in, but I'm not going back down there. We're done. Yeah, it's weird. The contenders tend to be in there's some D's and C's. D7, 8, 9, 10 are all contenders, and C7, 8, 9, 10 all contenders. And those all came from my guy like 2 years ago. But yeah, I mean, it could happen this year. Maybe we'll do a pool or some sort of guess the first and win a prize. That might be fun. I would if you play. You will. I would highly suggest not picking anything in the K's. In fact, we may just exempt the K's. All right. Well, I got some shit to do today, so that's it for me today. Hope you all have a fantastic day. Maybe we have a show tonight. Maybe we don't. I don't know. Anybody's guess. In any case, we will catch y'all on the flip flop. Peace out. Bye.